Hi. I I didn't share tonight that I was going live. I normally give a heads up, but I didn't tonight. First of all, hello everybody out there. I know some of you are wondering, how I'm doing. I've been getting the texts, I've been getting the calls. Um, some responding, and some of them I haven't been taking. And I ask that you bear with me. It's not that I'm um, leaving you guys astray, or and it's not that I'm not still with my journey in regards to my brother, because I'm very much still with my journey regarding my brother. It's just that I cannot move on everybody else's time. I have to move according to what's healthy for me, because these past couple of years have been really, really, they've been hard. And so this journey in trying to get justice for my brother has been hard. It's taken a toll. And so I have to do things, as I shared before, in a way that's healthy for myself, and a way that's healthy for the community, because I do feel like, sharing too much information with the community all at once will create an upset, a major, major upset. And I'm not trying to create a major, major upset to where, people in the community start flipping over cars and start, shootouts and things, because they realize just how fouled up the system is. I don't want that. I want it to be done decent and in order. And I am going to share my story because it is my testimony. And I do believe that when we have a testimony, that we should share our testimony. And it is my testimony in terms of, how the Lord had to shield and protect me and cover me, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, through this whole process. And not only myself, my family as well. I can't tell their story like they can, but I can tell mine. I know that, as far as the prosecuting attorneys and everyone involved, that, they feel like, well, your brother is not here to tell his story. You're absolutely right. He's not here to tell his story. But I am here. And his story is a part of my story. What I went through with you guys, what my family went through with you guys, what we went through with you guys is my story, and how much I've had to pray and how much I had to endure through all of this, and how much I've had to call on the Lord through all of this is a part of my testimony. And I know that because of, the conversations I have and all of the information I have, I know you don't want me to share it. But as I said again, it's part of my story. It's a part of my testimony. And I have every right to share it. I will share it to where it is done decent and in order. But I will share it. Tonight I wanted to come on to, one, reassure those who have been asking about me and trying to reach me and find out if I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. One day at a time. I wanted to, first of all, you know me, I have to open up with a scripture. So it's a testimony. It's a scripture about testimonies. It comes from Psalms 71:15-16. I would declare your righteousness and your salvation every day, though I do not fully understand what the outcome would be. Lord, I will come in the power of your mighty acts, remembering your righteousness, yours alone. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. And the evidence of things not seen. And I'm still hoping for justice. Regardless of what the documents say, regardless of what the prosecuting attorneys say, I'm still holding on to faith for justice. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And what we have seen and witnessed is injustice. Miss Caitlin Butler reached out to me. I had several messages and phone calls in regards to her. And for you guys who don't know her, Caitlin Butler is with El Dorado News Times. And I've had questions of asking, why didn't you put a statement in the newspaper and everything? And instead of me just rambling and sharing with you what my response to that was, I'm going to share what I share with her. I'm going to play it for you guys. And I'm just going to let you listen to it. Just like a lot of the things that are going to happen moving forward is you're going to be listening to a lot of what I experienced through this whole process of my brother's, the injustice towards my brother. So here's the recording for this, and you guys should hear from me probably Monday or Tuesday with something different. I will not do Sunday. I feel like Sunday you keep it holy. I think that's a time for peace, and that's a time that you stay focused on the Lord. And so you will never catch me doing anything on a Sunday unless I get on here and I praise the Lord. So if you guys are not, down with me praising the Lord on Facebook Live, then then you're not going to see me on a Sunday. But here it is. When it starts with you guys, would somebody let me know, please, that it's recording? I meant that you can hear it. I'm sorry. Hello.
Hi, is this Christy Manning?
This is. Can you guys hear
that?
Hey,
Missouri. Sorry about that. This is Caitlin at the News Times. Sorry, it got dropped whenever we put you on hold. I didn't mean for that to happen. But yeah, I was returning your call from yesterday to see, I guess, if you would be interested in talking to me about them dropping the charges against the woman who hit your brother, and just your thoughts.
I don't have thoughts that I would actually want to share to be cut up and pieced together by a news reporter. We've given a statement before when everything first started, and it got chopped and cut so much that it didn't, that it really wasn't the voice of the family. And so in regards to this here situation, I really don't care to give a statement to have it chopped and cut up. I don't think that the serious nature of my brother and his death is being taken at the value that it was for us as a loss, as a family. And so, I don't know, I think at this point, the best way to get our voice out is to actually do it ourselves, and we'll probably share it through some other media.
Okay, yeah, yes, I totally understand.
I think anyone who, actually took the time and investigated the whole situation themselves can clearly see that, especially with her prior cases being out there and her history with drugs and the use of drugs, and knowing that she was, had drugs in her system during the time of the accident, or during the time of the incident. I'm not going to call it an accident because it was a very malicious murder, especially when you go and you hit someone and you leave them dying at the scene. And that's what we found out through the autopsy, is that he did not die immediately. He died laying there face down on the ground. And that's malicious. You left the scene and you left him there in pain, all alone. Yeah. And I don't think anybody understands what that feels for us.
Yeah, you're right.
And then to say you let her go and you didn't even give her a ticket. You didn't even suspend her driving privileges.
Yeah, I totally understand. I was very surprised to see that the charges were dropped, and but I really appreciate you giving me a call back. I totally understand not wanting to, get into it with the newspaper. Like, I get it. But if you do ever change your mind, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm sorry that I didn't get a call back to you yesterday.
That's okay. I mean, you can follow us on Facebook, or follow me on Facebook, because I am going to talk about it on Facebook. I am going to share my story, and I'm going to probably more than likely share the recordings. But yes, I will discuss it on Facebook. I feel like that's the only way that we are able to get our true voice out and get the true story heard without it being cut up and chopped up and people playing, saying what they choose to say in regards to it. I just want it to be heard and understood by the community the exact way it happened.
Right. Yeah. Totally. I totally get that. Yeah. Well, good. Well, Manning, I can't tell you how sorry I am for your loss and everything that's gone on in the past couple of days, but I really appreciate you giving me a call back and reaching out to me yesterday. And if there's anything that I can do for you, please feel free to give me a call anytime.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Hello. So there you have it. So for those of you that are wondering, why didn't I talk to the media? I just feel, as you heard, that a lot of what we're sharing with, the media or with other people has been chopped up and bits and pieces are taken. And so therefore, I feel like in order for you to hear our voice, then we have to share our voice with you. And so I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm going to share my voice with you, and I'm going to share everything that I went through. Probably tomorrow, what I'll do with a follow-up on this is I will give you what Mr. Rogers, the prosecuting attorney, shared with me in regards to why he didn't press charges immediately, so that you guys can hear what that sounds like. Additional to that, I got homework for you guys, because I did share with you guys to get a pen and piece of paper so you can take down some notes and, follow through this whole journey the way I had to live through it. There's another case, really, really similar to this. You guys should educate yourself on it. Her name is Miss Joycelyn Evans. Miss Joycelyn Evans, unfortunately, she's a 28-year-old African-American lady, and unfortunately, she hit and killed, as a hit-and-run driver, a lady by the name of Let me see. I know her last name was Womack. Let me see the writing of it. Okay, here's actually the writing of it. I don't know if you guys can see that at all on here. This is the newspaper article on it. And anything I share with you guys, I'm going to try, I'm going to try. I'm going to bring you facts. If I said, I can back it up. That you guys have from me. Whether it be a backing up in paperwork or whether it be a backing up in recording. But if I said, I can back it up. But this is a newspaper article, Calhoun County. And I don't know how clear that is for you guys if you're able to read it, but you can also look it up, Google it. Arkansas State Police is investigating a deadly hit-and-run accident that occurred New Year's Day. And this was January 2019. State Police say 2010 GMC Acadia was traveling south on US Highway 167 in Hampton when it went across the northbound lane of traffic and left the roadway, hitting a 40-year-old Melissa Womack as she was walking along the highway. Womack, who is from El Dorado, was killed in the crash. Authorities said the driver fled the scene. According to the state police, Liz Chapman, 28-year-old Jocelyn Evans of Fordyce, was taken into custody after being found a few miles from the scene. Her charges included traffic charges and DWI. The weather was clear and the road was dry at the time of the week. Wreck. I'm sorry. Very similar case. And yes, you would not believe who also worked this case. This case is closed, by the way. But yes, prosecuting attorney was Mr. Jeff Rogers. And I need to check the judge again. I think the judge was also Mr. Hamilton that was on this case. I'll double check that for you. But again, go to my link on my YouTube page. If you go to my link and if you put a little X or a little mark into the little box where it has above the name, if you put a little X in that box where it's above the last name, put in the last name. You want to put in Evans and then put in, let me give you the spelling for that. And if I'll probably put add her name somewhere. Let me just put it in here real quick. Add the name on here so that way you guys can, it's JOCELYNEVANS, Evans, and then it's the location, or yeah, you're going to put in CALHOUN for the county. And I just stuck that in there. Let me take the Williams out. I just stuck that in there. So I'll also add that information to the YouTube. But if you go in there, you're able to read all the details of what happened in that case. And like I said, this case is very, very similar to my brother's case. The only difference is, and I'm not doing a race thing, but the only difference is this was a black man ran over by a white woman. The ages of the two women was really, really close. Both women had drugs in their system. The woman in the Calhoun incident, it was an African-American woman who ran over a white woman and unfortunately killed her. May she rest in peace, Miss Womack. And to your family, I'm sorry for your loss. But needless to say, this 28-year-old young lady who did not have another case. This was the only case I could find on this lady in Arkansas. But she spent 44 days in jail And there's more, but I am going to ask before I reveal what I have that you guys come on. If we're going to do this and I'm going to put myself out there, then you guys make an effort. Learn the system. I'm here. I'm trying to walk you through it. Learn the system. Learn the links. I've given you a jail roster link where if there's friends, if there's family members that are being pulled into this system, then you're able to go and you're able to pull it up yourself. I've given you the court system where you have access to anybody's court files where you can go and pull it up yourself. And let me just share with you. If you have a loved one or a friend, associate, I don't care if it's a friend of me, because I pray for my enemies too, that is in jail, incarcerated, or that's going through something in the system and is not in the actual system, you can't find it anywhere in the court system, and you're making phone call after phone call and they can't find it anywhere in the court system, you guys, seriously, you should be then getting on the phone, doing whatever you can to call somebody's attention to it. Because if there's no paper trail and there's no paperwork following it, then there's something seriously wrong with it. And I have gotten a couple of people who reached out to me and they said, oh, my stuff isn't in the system. I have a brother that's been incarcerated for a long period of time and his paperwork isn't in the system. What do you mean you have a brother that's been incarcerated for several years and his paperwork isn't in the system? That's not okay. It is absolutely not okay. If your brother can't get paperwork and you don't have paperwork and you can't pull up paperwork, then you need to find out, why is he still in the system? Why is he still incarcerated? This is not proper procedure. And it's not okay. And it's okay to say when things are not okay. I had someone to say, well, people down there are scared. This is the reason why they're not sharing. You guys are not the one on the front. I'm on the front. Share the videos, get the word out. That's the only way there's going to be a change. If you're not sharing the videos and you're not getting the word out and you're not making it known that this is what's going on in the community, then of course it's not going to change. But if you're sick and you're tired of it, then do something about it. I'm doing something about it because it affects all of you guys. My brother is already gone. And yeah, I could have went ahead and said, you know what? We'll take his estate money and we'll just, we'll accept our losses. But there are so many loved ones that I still have there. So many loved ones, friends, family members, elders in the community, black, white. I'm not going to lie and say I've had the opportunity to meet some of the Hispanic or Asians that are there now. I have not, as personally, but I don't mind standing for them too. The only way you're going to make a change is if you get the word out and you stand up for what you believe. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Tomorrow, I'll probably try and do it in the morning. I will share with you guys exactly why Mr. Rogers shared that he held up or decided to hold off on pressing charges immediately. And although it said although in the video it shares that he had, I'll say that for tomorrow. God bless you guys. Good night.